Hello, and welcome back to a Kooky Corner of YouTube. It's 2025, yay! So it's a whole new year, and that means we get a whole new year of the Kooky Postcard Sew-a-long. And I know a lot of you have been waiting for this because everybody seemed to enjoy last year, and I'm hoping a few more of you are going to join in with us this year and have a blast at making some postcard size pieces of stitched art, however your stitched art is. So it could be needle felted, it could be patchwork, it could be crochet, even if you wanted it to be, or anything combined, stitching, you name it. If you can do it with some kind of stitch, then you can throw it in. But before we start on January, we have to have a look back at December's sew-along challenge, which was Happy Holidays. And so I'm going to show you my two that I made, and then we're going to have a look at everybody else's. So here are the two that I made for December, the Happy Holidays prompt. We've got this little rockin' robin here going on, and he's got a little bit of tinsel. I called it Robin's Christmas, actually, this one. And this was mainly needle felted piece with some applique on top and some stitching on top. And that's a little Christmas tree. And I did videos for both of these. So if you check out the Sew-a-long postcard playlist, then you'll be able to see me making these to see how to put them together, which might be handy if it's the first time you've ever had a go or you fancied having a go. Now, the rules are very simple. You just create a piece of 6x4 fabric art in whichever kind of stitch ways you like, so needle felted, stitching, as I said, or combination of, and then you post a picture in my Facebook group or on Instagram, or in some cases some people are posting it in the Arty Fartists group on Discord. I'll leave a link to all of those places down below. And as I said, the only rule, it's got to be 6x4 and include some form of stitchery, hopefully. So these were my two, and I have had the most beautiful ones that I'm going to show you now. We had a bumper crop this year. I think we all went to town with it a little bit and enjoyed it a lot, because it's just one of those times as well when you've got a little bit extra time to play, you know. So yeah, we've got some corkers coming up. So without further ado, in true Roland Rat style, run VT. amazing were they all. Stunned, blown away as ever by the beautiful imagination and creativity of the group of people who've been making the postcards for the whole of last year. I had done a yearly almost roundup, but I couldn't have included December's until the end of December. So this is the conclusion of the 2024 sale and the beginning of the 2025 sale. So I have got prompts for each month of this year. So you get a whole month to create a 6x4 piece of art in your form of stitchery, however you want to do it. This one is mine. I did do 2 for each month last year, and I'm hoping to get another one done for this month as well, but time got away with me. But I did manage to do this one. I'm going to just now put up the prompts for the whole 12 months. So if you want to grab those, they are in the Facebook group in the featured. It's pinned into the featured area of my Facebook group. So you'll always know what's coming up. So if you do want to pre-prepare, then you've got a list of things that you can go at there. But it is nice to kind of do it as and when, just because then you don't get too ahead of yourself. Or you could do more than one. You can do as many as you like. There are no prompt police who are going to come and say, "Oh, excuse me, you've already done one. No more." As many as you like. You can go to town with it. Anyway, this one I did is very simple. I was kind of trying to keep it simple because I had a lot on this month. And so I have done some, it's like felt backing with felt applique. And I cut out a snowflake from some felt, and so I've sewn that on as well. I literally went onto the internet, printed off a whole load of snowflakes, and I used that one there. You can see that's the one that's missing from the hole there. And that was sewn on, and then I've sewn into things and just literally done some running stitches. I was really very simple with this one. I kept it simple because it goes to the amount of time you have. Sometimes I've got more time and I can be a bit more convoluted in the things that I do, or add in lots and lots of stitches. Sometimes you don't. Time and life get in the way sometimes. Things, real life. And so you can kind of tailor this to however you want it to be. It's completely open to you. The only thing you do get is the prompt each month and also the size. And the size is very doable. It's not something that's going to take you forever. And as I say, some of our members have done more than one because they just enjoy the process and wanted to carry on and do a few more, which I applaud because I like that. So, list of prompts for the month. This one is going to be Snow Day. So January's is going to be Snow Day. Now, if you look on the little cards for each of the prompts, as I flash them by, you'll notice there is a hashtag on there. Instagram has stopped the following of hashtags for some strange and unaccountable reason. I don't quite know what. And they haven't been working as well, but I still have been able to pick up some people's from clicking on the hashtag. And also hashtags still work on Facebook and everywhere else. So please, if you want to continue to use the hashtag, but the best way of me being able to pick it up is going to be in the Facebook group. Now, what I'm going to attempt to do this year is to make an album in the group for each month so that you can then just put your picture into that album. It just makes it easier for me to pick up. I generally do. I'm pretty good at checking in and picking up all the ones that have been done so far. Sometimes I've had a couple go astray. I want to try and make sure now that I get everybody. So when you've sent me a photo, I will, the day before I do the reel, I will just question to make sure I've got everybody's in there. Because I've had a couple of occasions where I've left out somebody's postcard, which I felt sad about. I have reposted it, but it makes me sad if I miss out somebody's really beautiful artwork from the reel, which is a nice way of sharing the community's work. And I enjoy doing that. And I like to see what everybody else comes up with, and I think a lot of other people in the group like to see what everybody else comes up with as well. So it's a really good community thing for us to share. And yeah, I want to make sure that I get your piece, your photograph of your piece. I don't need any physical pieces from you. Some people were confused thinking they had to send me the actual postcard. No, no. All I need from you is a picture of it in the Facebook group or other places. I know I have a few people who don't do Facebook, and that's absolutely fine. I know who you are. I know you are. I can pick yours up. That's not a problem at all. But if you are new, and that's probably the best place to go to put your postcard picture in for me to get. And I'm waffling now, aren't I? But it's 2025 and I haven't spoken to anybody for a while because I've been hermiting over Christmas. Well, I don't say hermiting, I've been kind of kept to family. It's just been like a real family Christmas because we were away for the beginning of December and it was nice to come back. We came back fairly late, so like the 21st of December. And it's been nice to have this week just kind of chilling out and catching up with family. So I am happy to be talking to you right now. I've got a little bit of a chest thing going on. You probably picked that up in my voice, but it's all good. Everything's fine. Anyway, so prompt for this month, as I said, is snow day. So you can take that any way you want. I went kind of literal. I went with like a snowflake and a little house. When you have a snow day, everything kind of turns into this magical world, doesn't it? It's like, unless you live in a snowy area where it's snowy all the time, but if you have a snow day in a place that you don't always get it, it's quite magical. And it's kind of like a blanket that's thrown over the world, isn't it? So I kind of wanted to try and get the essence of that out into this postcard. Some people have asked me what the stitch onto. You can have a fabric background, you can have a needle felter background, you could have a slow stitch background. All of those things apply. It's nice if you have some kind of a backing or batting in between to give it that kind of like stiffness. Doesn't really matter. It's not necessary, but if you like that kind of something that you can hold on to and stitch into without having to use a hoop, then that is very useful to do. Also, what I tend to do is to back mine with another piece of felt or batting or material so that all the stitching's covered up at the back, and you could actually give this to someone as a gift. These can also be framed. And as I've said before, you could make a few. Some people have said, how do you display them? You could frame them, as I said, or you could literally stitch down that edge, accordion style. You could have something that stands on your mantelpiece or on a sideboard somewhere. And you could double it up. You could have one on either side, so you could flip it round and change things up. So there are a few ways of displaying these. You could make them into a wall hanging. You could make them into a calendar of kinds, really, couldn't you? You could have 4, 4 and 4, like in rows, and you could just stitch them all together, and that could be a wall hanging. As I say, if you've got any ideas of how to use yours, pop them down into the description, below the description box in the comment section, and I'm sure a lot of people would like to know, because some people like to have a way to either display them or to use them or to gift them. And those are all good ways of using your postcards. Another way you could do is to mount it onto a card and give it as a special card for a friend. The world is your lobster. As I said, if you've got some good ideas, put them down into the comment section, and I'm sure people would appreciate having a look through and seeing the different ways that postcards can be used or viewed. Anyway, I'm waffling and I've got a lot to do. I've got a lot to do for you, basically, because I've got a few things that I'm going to be doing this year that I will put another video out to explain, because otherwise it's going to get too complicated and things are going to be in different places. So I'm going to make a dedicated video about the things that we're going to be getting up to this year, along with the postcard sew-along, and that will be coming out a little later this week. Maybe even tomorrow, who knows. I want to try and get them out so that you know and you can prepare if you want to join in with me, because sometimes You might want to. Anyway, that's enough rambling from me. I I do hope that you've enjoyed having a look at everybody else's postcards from December, and I also hope that you are feeling inspired and want to join us this year on our year of 2025 Kooky Postcard Sew-a-long. And if you do, go down into the box below the description. Oh, no, the description box itself. Go there, and I will put a link to the Cool Cookie Creatures group on Facebook. I will put a link to Annie Claxton's Arty Farty Discord group, which is where some people are going to be posting their postcard pictures. And I will put a link to the Kooky Postcard playlist so that you can have a look back. If you're stuck for ideas, you can have a look and see what other people have done for the different months last year. That is enough from me, and I will be back very, very soon with something else. Bye for now.